As we look at the question that Moses presented to God, we see a man who evidently has to deal with insecurities. Imagine this, a man who had eventually led millions out of bondage is now again faced with insecurities. Insecurity is a lack of confidence in oneself. Insecurity can lead to anxiety. And so as we looked at Moses, here's a man that was given up by his mother, his birth mother. If you know the story of Moses, because of the deaths and things that was being done to the children of Israel, the killing of the babies, the children, Moses' mother had to put him in a river. And as you know the story, he flowed down and Pharaoh's daughter eventually finds Moses. But here is Moses has been given up by his birth mother. And now he is raised in an environment that has inflicted abuse on other human beings. And we don't find anywhere that Moses participated in the abuse, but he was familiar with the abuse. Again, he is now being brought up in the Egyptian household, learning the Egyptian cultures. And he sees many of the atrocities, the beatings, the abuse that the Egyptians inflicted on the Hebrews. And it got to a point where Moses had to stand up against the oppression. And I wanted to make sure I pointed this out. Before you go to see what Moses has done, I want you to question your own self. If you see injustice going on, if you see abuse and neglect going on, and you never say anything, indirectly you have played a part in the abuse. Again, before we look at Moses, let's look at our own selves. If you see abuse, neglect, people being abused and mistreated, and never say anything, never make any statement, never try to assist in any manner, in some way, indirectly, you are a part of the atrocity. You're a part of the abuse. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should go and try to jump on every cause and be a part of everything, but you have to get involved in something. You don't have to be involved in everything, because there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things you could pick from. But if you sit back and never say anything, when you see things that are wrong, you see injustice, you see people being oppressed, and you never say anything, again, indirectly, you are a part of that oppression. To preach Jesus and not be willing to get your hands dirty is an insult to the gospel that we preach. Again, to preach Jesus and talk about the love of Jesus, which Jesus is all that, but never be willing to confront issues that could possibly challenge your own security is a slap in the face to the gospel that we preach. And again, I'm not suggesting going out there and be a hero, but to never speak of injustice is like being a part of it.